Coming up next, I'm going to talk about my 5 favorite vanilla-based fragrances. Of course, vanilla, very common element in all perfumery, but these 5 just really do vanilla, I think, justice in a unique way. These are not going to be necessarily ones you typically know. As you know, I like to introduce you to different types of fragrances. Stay tuned to find out what my top 5 vanilla fragrances are coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to JoelTheNose here at Osme Perfumery, as you can see. And today's video is one that I can't remember talking about really in a long time. I'm sure I've done it before in my hundreds of videos, but top 5 vanilla fragrances. And again, gonna give you some ones that are a little bit different. And I like things that are, you know, a little outside the box, not your typical fragrances. And starting with that, I'm gonna come in at my number 5 choice is Intense Cafe from Montale. You may have not realized that this is a really good vanilla fragrance. It obviously is a kind of coffee fragrance, but the note Montale has that DNA. You know, certain houses like Parfums de Marly, Montale, you can just smell. There's a DNA, there's a note that runs through every single fragrance, but this one is a very bright kind of vanilla at the top. I really get this kind of like almost vibrant, fresh vanilla, very mixing with that kind of coffee-like smell. It almost smells like I would say here in Miami, we have something called a café con leche, which is basically a Cuban coffee, which is mostly milk with a little bit of espresso at the bottom. So this is kind of like, I would describe it, almost smells to me like a café con leche, if you like that. Next, what do we got here? We're gonna do, my number 4 choice is from another French house. This is Siwa. So take a look at Siwa there from Memo, Paris. Now, why do I like this one? First of all, I love Memo, Paris because it's just such a good house. But this one smells to me, this is gonna be a little bit more classic French vanilla. Think of almost like French vanilla ice cream. I don't mean it necessarily smells like ice cream, that's not what I'm saying, but just think of, you know, Memo to me does really classic French perfumery exceptionally well. It's, you know, to me it's a little bit of a throwback. This house is a little bit throwback, they go a little bit more old school, and this one, Siwa, to me is one of those fragrances, again, with that vanilla note that it's just built around. It's a little bit sweeter. So this one, while the other one was a little bit fresher, has a little bit more of that coffee kind of, you know, flavor going on. This would be more of a sweeter vanilla, but not too intense. This is a very, very nice one, good unisex. Now, to go to intense fragrances is next with Jeroboam's Insulo. Take a look at it there. This is a 30 milliliter extrait. The others are eau de parfum. This is an extrait, so extremely concentrated. And when you smell this, this is, woo! This to me almost looks and smells like, you know, the bottles of vanilla extract that you would get for cooking. It's not much, you know, not much bigger than one of those small bottles that you would see in a kitchen. And this is, to me, smells exactly like one of those really super intense vanilla extracts. I actually wore this one the other day, put it on my arm. It was there all day, and I kept smelling it. And again, it just reminds me of cooking with an extremely beautiful vanilla extract. And I kind of said insulin because, you know, the name is Insulo. I think this one is so sweet with that vanilla extract, you're gonna need some insulin afterwards. Next, let's go to my number 2 choice. This one, I don't know if you've ever tried, okay? And this is from Paris, Monte Carlo. Haven't talked about these guys in a while. I gotta say, they fly under the radar even for me. So there's a lot of fragrances here I think that would be fun for you to try. Excuse me, I had to turn that off. And this one is Vanille de Tahiti. Vanille de Tahiti. So why do I like this one? Besides the fact that I love Paris Monte Carlo, and it's one that, again, I need to get my nose on more because there's a lot of choices. But this one is, what I like about this vanilla, it smells like it says. And I just got some in my eye. This is more of a, almost kind of like a tropical vanilla. This is one that I think would be perfect on the beach. In fact, I'm gonna spray it on my hand right here just to kind of get a really good smell on the skin. Yeah, the vanilla is so strong on this. And that's why it's my number 2 choice, because these last 3, the vanilla is just kicking. I mean, really kicking intense. Pure vanilla, but it's also got this kind of, you know, almost tropical feel to it. And, you know, I could see myself sitting, I wish, on a beach in Tahiti. I guess I'll have to settle for a beach in Miami, wearing this in just a beautiful sun-drenched way, getting your tan skin, and wonderful fragrance. And that leaves me with my number 1 choice, which is one that I've had in my personal collection for a few years now, and that is Vanille Tonka from Nicolai. Vanille Tonka is one of the first kind of vanilla centric, vanilla focused fragrances that I ever bought. Obviously vanilla is in almost every fragrance as one of the you know, base notes or the bottom notes. But this one is, so what's interesting about this one, it's not as dark or as intense as the last 2 that I just talked about, Insulo and Vanille de Tahiti. This one is going to be a little bit more, I don't want to say it's like, you know, I don't want to compare it to Tom Ford's, you know, vanilla, but you know, there's a resemblance there. I think if you like one of those, or if you like what he does with vanilla, you're going to like this. This is, to me, an extremely, I guess, what am I say? This is going to be extremely popular with the masses. This is going to be both for the niche and for the person who maybe is coming from the designer world, looking to get into the niche world. This is like one of those perfect fragrances that I think that satisfies the needs of both the hardcore fragrance lover and maybe, you know, the person that's new to this game or new to this passion. But really is, wear this one a lot when you just, again, it's a little bit fresher. It's a little bit lighter than the other ones. It's a little bit crisper. It's obviously got both vanilla and Tonka. Tonka, you know, Tonka bean is something that kind of, a lot of times, kind of smells like vanilla. So as this dries down, where you really get that kind of sweet vanilla and Tonka is in the dry down. The dry down is magical. It's exquisite. It starts out, again, this kind of lighter top, citrusy top, and then it goes to this just beautiful vanilla Tonka dry down that is my number 1 favorite vanilla fragrance because of that. So there you have it, my top 5 vanilla fragrances. Let me know some of your guys' thoughts. What do you like? What are your favorite vanilla fragrances? Again, I tried to pick ones that maybe you guys don't normally hear or see other reviewers talk about, because what fun is it to talk about all the same fragrances? I want to introduce you guys to new things. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I'll be back soon with another video. Peace, love, and perfumes.